Hello, my Bill 1000 Nation. How's everyone doing today? Hopefully, everyone's having a great day. If not, I hope it gets better from here. We are back with another Watcher Wednesday. This one is titled, Are You Scared of Cats? Man, I can't really say I'm scared of things that I'm bigger than, but I have an understanding that cats can be evil when they want to be. So, all right. I'm excited to get into, I love my Watcher Wednesdays. And yes, we will be getting on to the weird and or wonderful world reactions. Not yet. We're going to wait until I know for sure that they're done with the season of it, and then we'll start on it. All right. Other than that, if you guys are excited as I am, go ahead, turn them lights down low, put on something comfy, cup with something special. Let's get scared.
This video contains content that some might find disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Bum, bum, bum.
Cats are adorable creatures and great companions. They are also natural-born hunters. Sometimes they show their affection by bringing their owners rodents or birds as gifts. In tonight's story, our narrator will discover that her beloved feline has brought something even more disturbing. I'm Ryan Bergara, and this is Are You Scared? A show where I tell my friend Shane Madej the internet's scariest stories. So lock your doors, turn off the lights, and let's see if you can make it till the end of the night.
Oh, fuck yeah. I make it to the end of every night,
cat.
bro. I get my happy ending.
I used to get worried when my cat Elsie would disappear for days at a time. I would search for her for hours every day until she showed back up at my doorstep. After this happened a few times, I got used to it. This was just how Elsie operated. She'd stay at home for a while, going in and outside as she pleased. Then she'd leave for a few days to wander the neighborhood before showing back up at home and starting the cycle all over again.
I would never.
Never what?
Not allow my precious Obi to go out there into the wild world. He's a house cat,
He's a little
through
wimp.
and through.
Little wimp.
You know what? He was found in the wild.
But then he got domesticated.
He got
and
domesticated
now he's
and
soft.
pampered, and we give him little hugs and kisses and rub his little belly. Now he's never leaving. No, he's too soft. Yeah.
He's
I
too
ain't going
soft.
outside.
I didn't particularly like that Elsie would leave for days, but as long as she kept coming back, it felt wrong to try to stop her. Elsie was my strong and independent little lady, and I admired that about her. I was even a little jealous of her. I felt far from strong and independent. I was struggling through my life on my own instead of thriving through it. I tried to make the most of each day, though. I had a job at the local library restocking shelves and reading to kids in the children's section. I watched a lot of movies on my off days, and I had recently tried to start knitting. I struggled with the monotony of my days, and most days I felt stagnant, like I was waiting for something exciting to happen, but I just kept telling myself
you're knitting,
that I
bro.
liked
How
my
much
quiet
bored can
little
you
life.
be?
Most
How
days
much
I
more
could even
bored
start to
can you
believe
be?
it. Looking back
However
at
way
it
you're supposed
now,
to say
I
that.
wish things had stayed quiet.
You know, it's a good cure for monotony. Knitting.
Yeah,
Right.
I'll add some spice
Doing
to
the
my
same
life.
thing for 6 hours.
Yeah.
To make a little scarf after 4
Oh
months.
man, 6 hours of hard work and now I have a sock.
Yeah.
I'd go to the supermarket and talk to a stranger.
Yeah, strangers love that.
What you buying?
I see you got some butter.
Want some ice cream?
About a year ago, on a Sunday morning in
do
August,
that.
I was sitting in my
Don't do
living
that.
room, drinking my coffee and trying to get lost in a new novel. It had been a while since I had picked up a book that had more than a sentence per page.
Oh, I see. She reads to children. I was like, what? You read picture books?
She's stupid.
Elsie
Big
wasn't
dumb.
at home, so I figured
Big
I had some
dumb.
time to myself without getting distracted by her adorably demanding presence. I was nearing the bottom of page 1 when there was a knock at the door. I sighed and set down the book and coffee, stretched, and walked to the door. There was a large man on the other side, dressed in stained overalls and a flannel shirt.
This does sound like you.
It really does, honestly. Hi there.
You'd be scary in overalls, I think.
That one day you
They don't
came to
make 'em.
work in a jumpsuit, you did look like Michael Myers.
Yeah, I did, yeah.
It was really scary.
I gotta bring that back.
Please don't.
His hair was scraggly and shoulder length, and his beard was equally wild. The expression on his face was foul, his mouth contorted, his eyebrows furrowed. "Keep track of your damn cat," he said in a deep, gravelly voice. With one hand, he lifted a cardboard box by the twine that held it shut. He shook it, and whatever was in the box hissed and pressed against a side, causing the cardboard to bulge. "I'm sorry, what?" I asked. "The damn thing killed one of my rabbits. I've seen it wandering around before. I've worried about it nabbing one of my rabbits in the past, but this is the first time it's caused a ruckus. Maybe keep it inside from now on," the man said, shoving the box towards me.
That's fucking rude. You can't put a cat in a box.
Cat's out of the bag.
And in the box.
Is it okay to put it in a bag then and not a box?
I don't think it's okay to put a cat in anything.
Oh, okay. What about a hat?
But
I mean, he found the cat.
I mean, in all fairness, though, the cat did kind of kill his bunny. I mean, would you want to be holding on to something that just murdered something? I'm not saying it's okay to put in a box or a bag. I'm just saying if it killed one of my bunny rabbits, it'd be lucky it's alive.
Yeah, he's doing a service. He didn't have to catch the cat. You know how hard it is to catch a cat that doesn't know you?
Yeah, nobody has to catch a cat. The cat'll go home.
That's crazy. That's still crazy to me.
Cats do that.
It felt like my heart was being shredded in my chest. Killing rabbits didn't sound like Elsie. The Elsie I knew was sweet, gentle, and kind. I had figured that yes, maybe she did kill a bird or a mouse when she was out there on her own, but I could never picture her attacking a caged rabbit. I took the box and stammered out an apology. The man just grunted and walked away. I looked down at the meowing box in my hands, bit the inside of my cheek, and brought it inside.
I think anyone with a cat knows that their cat would murder a rabbit. There's something instinctual about it. When Obi sees even a spider, he'll suddenly be like,
Do you ever think about how if a cat got hit by like an enlargement ray and became like 10 feet tall, it would probably kill you?
well, those exist, Ryan. They're called lions.
No, but way bigger than a lion.
Okay, well, also,
Like-
lions are large cats.
Like
and
this, no, but like the size of like a cat to a mouse. Like you're the mouse, like Mouse Madej.
Sure,
and
but
a giant cat.
Yeah, but at the same time, a lion could very easily kill you. You don't need to go bigger than a lion. A lion will kill you. It's a big cat.
In the living
He's
room,
got
I
a
set
point
down the
there.
box and cut the twine. Elsie pushed her way out.
Look, just face it, Shane. Ryan wants a Clifford the Big Red Doe cat, okay? That's what he's going for right now.
Jumped onto the couch and cowered, hissing at me. Dried blood was caked in the fur on her face. "Elsie?" I asked, carefully reaching a hand towards her. Elsie hissed again, although this time it was softer. Her fur laid flat on her back and her ears pricked forward. I scooched towards her, but she narrowed her eyes and ran off towards my bedroom. I decided not to follow her. She obviously wanted to deal with the weight of her crimes alone. For the next week,
Gotcha.
I only caught glimpses of Elsie around the house. She wouldn't let me get close to her. The whole situation broke my heart. Usually, when Elsie was home, I saw her every day. We'd cuddle on the couch and she'd sleep on my bed every night. It was very unlike her to hide in the shadows. I hadn't even been able to wipe down her face, and the few times I had seen her, the sight of her face made me nauseous.
I think you're
Get
a bit
rid of it.
needy for a cat. I think you should be a dog owner.
Cats got their own needs, you know. They don't need you. They need you to feed them, and they'll happily spend time with you when they want to. But yeah, this is a person who needs a little schnauzer or something.
Are you scared of
No.
investing? Yeah, me too. Look, no
Yeah,
judgment. You know,
actually.
the world of investing can be a scary place. There's too much to learn and not enough people teaching. I mean, the last thing you want to do is put your savings into bad investments. But
Right.
with Wealthfront,
Work hard to make a
investing
stupid
doesn't have to
mistake.
be scary. Wealthfront is a
Good.
robo-advisor that guides you through all the frightening twists and turns.
I mean, who the hell out there wants to bust their ass to make their money and then be like, I'm going to invest it into this? And then they just do stupid. And it's like, I busted my ass. I'm a fucking idiot. And now I have nothing. I'm good.
Of investing. All you have to do to get
Bury
started
my shit
is
in the
answer
yard
a
like
few
everyone
simple
else.
questions, and boom, Wealthfront automatically builds and manages your personalized portfolio for you. And if you want to further customize your portfolio, you can do that too. You don't have to be afraid of investing in a company that doesn't reflect your interests or values. Wealthfront has plenty of socially conscious options for you to choose from. Wealthfront will also automatically rebalance your portfolio for you and help save you money on taxes through their automated tax loss harvesting. So, for just a tiny, tiny fee, you can sit back, relax, and watch your wealth grow. So, don't be scared. Head over to wealthfront.com/watcher20, and for a limited time, Wealthfront is giving you an extra $20 to invest when you open and fund your first taxable investment account. And now, back to the spooky story.
I started to worry that she wasn't
Sometimes
taking
they
care
have
of
two,
herself
and
properly,
I only do
and
one.
that she was
I only do
mentally
one.
deteriorating. Another thing that broke my heart was my decision to keep Elsie inside from now on. At least once a day, I heard her crying and clawing at the front door,
Oh, hell no.
begging to be let back out into the world.
She'd be
But as
getting
soon as
plucked
I
in
would
the head.
walk in the room to tell her no, she would dart
I ain't dealing with something scratching up my walls and my doors. This shit's expensive, bro.
away again. The emotional toll of the situation was large, but I was trying my best to make it through each day. I just kept telling myself that given time, Elsie would go back to being her old self, that this incident had just shaken her up.
When a cat goes bad, I guess any animal, when any animal goes bad, that's a bummer.
It is.
They get, I guess some could get rabies or,
Yeah, or just mentally deteriorate. It's kind of sad.
yeah.
Right.
Agreed.
Bummer. All right. Are you scared?
Are you scared
Scared
of
of
the
your-
inevitable creep of time that will destroy us all?
Are you scared of your
Yes.
best friend losing its mind in front of you and dying? I was
Oh, I
finding
never
it
thought about
hard to
that,
believe
yeah.
my own delusions this time,
Fuck, right?
especially once the flies started showing up. About a month after Elsie was delivered back to me, I started noticing them. At that point, it was September, a little late for black flies, but they didn't seem to care. Is there a fly season?
Yeah, fruit flies are a little more popular in the summertime. The heat helps them.
Of course you know that.
Sometimes I get flies.
Just you seem like a person where if I ask something about flies, you go, yeah, typically in the summer. they come out more for
Look, I know
It's fruit fly
flies.
season.
Sue me.
At first, there was only one or two. They were easy to swat or shoo out of the house. To be honest, at first, they didn't
Did it
even
kill
bother
something
me.
to bring it in?
Odder things have happened.
Did the cat
with
kill the
flies
neighbor?
appearing a little too late in the year. After about a week or so, though, the
his
flies
body
became
back
more
on.
than just a little oddity of life. Every day when I woke up, there were more flies than the day before. They were crawling on the walls, the floor, the ceiling. At first, they just flew around at random, forming small swarms here and there. I couldn't shoo them out anymore, and swatting them would have been a full-time job. I invested a lot in fly paper, but it didn't seem to matter. No matter how many flies I managed to kill, there would be even more the next day. Then, when the swarm started to become unbearable, when I started losing sleep and spending more time out of the house than in it, I noticed that the flies had begun to follow Elsie. As she went from room to room avoiding me, the flies trailed behind her. If Elsie went from my bedroom to the living room, there would be no more flies in my bedroom. Instead, they would all be in the living room. In a way, I must admit this was an improvement. At least I could lock them out of my bedroom at night and get some sleep. Oh, this person could just give this cat a bath.
And that's what's largely concerning about this is that cats clean themselves and are largely very preoccupied with their hygiene. Did you not know this? You don't give a cat a bath.
What? That's disgusting.
No, they're very, very clean.
Is that why they smell like shit all the time?
Cats don't really smell
I
bad.
think they smell pretty bad.
I mean, I guess it depends.
Like, put it this way, whenever you see like a crazy cat lady
Yeah.
or like a crazy dog lady, no one's ever like, oh, this house smells like dogs. It's always like, oh, this house smells like
Yes,
cats.
if there's 10 cats living in a house, it's probably going to smell.
Because the stench is more.
Because the stench is more.
Like if you had 3 people in a house with no deodorant, obviously it would smell more like BO.
Yeah, unless it's Stephen Lim, who doesn't smell.
He doesn't need deodorant.
Yeah.
On a Sunday in late September, I woke up with a headache that was threatening to crack my skull open. There was a steady buzzing filling the room, and I remembered with a sense of sick dread that I had forgotten to close my bedroom door the night before. I sat up and flung the covers off of me. At the same moment, Elsie jumped on the bed. I screamed as the swarm descended on me, crawling across my face and inside of my open mouth. I coughed and gagged, clawing at my face. I tried to close my mouth before more flies crawled in. I stumbled to the window and pulled it open, hoping that the flies would go outside. Instead, they kept crawling on my skin. I swatted at myself and the air around me, slowly sinking to the floor. I curled into a fetal position, my eyes and mouth closed tightly. The buzzing was echoing in my skull. It felt like it was getting louder, drowning my thoughts in their oppressive drone.
I don't
Suddenly,
like this.
All the flies lifted off me in a single writhing black mass. I cracked open a single eye, seeing Elsie's tail as it disappeared out the window, followed by the thick cloud of flies.
It would be sick if the flies formed like a shape, like in cartoons, like a big sledgehammer.
Like in
a big
Constantine?
Smashed 'em.
Or like a big middle finger as it falls goes out of the window.
Yeah, that'd be good too. But flies.
Flies, yeah.
Yeah.
I laid down on my floor for a while longer, shaking and crying, before I stood and dragged myself to the front door. I pulled on my jacket on the way out. I thought about yelling for her, but I decided against it. The last thing I needed was the man with the rabbits to hear me somehow. I just hoped that Elsie didn't hurt any more rabbits. I hoped that she didn't hurt anything else. What? Wait a second. You just got attacked by a gaggle of hive flies, and your thought after that happens is like, I really hope she doesn't hurt any more rabbits.
The flies in my apartment have gone full Borg, but I hope the rabbits are okay.
I know, what the fuck?
I don't care about the rabbits.
I don't give a shit about the rabbits.
Nah, I'd be
trudged
shutting the
back
doors and
inside
windows.
Sat down in front of the TV.
When the cat came back, it'd be
not
like,
really
new
seeing what
phone,
was on
who
the screen.
this?
Another week passed with no sign of Elsie. Every morning I woke up sick with anxiety, fearing that the rabbit man would show up again, or maybe some new owner of Elsie's next victim. It was all I could think about. I started making mistakes in the library, books placed on the wrong shelves, sentences missed or read twice while I was reading to the kids. I wasn't sleeping properly, waiting for the next incident. I was beginning to question what would be worse, never seeing Elsie again, or seeing her again after another incident. Soon, she answered the question for me.
I don't know.
On October 1st, everyone in the neighborhood was hysterical. Sirens blared for most of the morning, followed by screams and sobs everywhere you went. A small boy had been found dead at the edge of the woods. His body was covered in scratches. I heard from whispers later on that his eyes had been gouged out, and what remained of his face was contorted, as if his final words had been screams.
What were his final words?
Just how long would it take for a cat to kill a human? I feel like after a while you just throw it.
It depends how little the boy is.
I don't think a cat could kill a boy though. I'm not gonna lie. That
no,
boy
I think
must-
it could certainly fuck up a boy.
It could fuck up a boy.
It could fuck up a boy.
Yeah.
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 I feel like, you know how hard it is to gouge out an eyeball?
Cats ain't doing that.
Those little paws?
I think
Yeah.
he's scooping
he
one.
He gets one
and then
eye
being like,
tops.
"Ah,"
Yeah, that's
and
right.
Sort of,
Oh yeah,
then he's got a little toy.
Or the kid's like, my eye, you know, one eye, I believe. Two eyes,
That's the thing. 2 eyes.
fool me once.
Yeah.
You know.
Fool me twice.
Yeah.
I'm blind.
Yeah, you deserve
Unless
to
it's
die.
got like a gang of
I
cats
spent
and they're all
most of that
going
day
after
in bed
eyeballs.
sobbing. I had read to that boy many times at the library. He always stayed for a little while after reading time, asking me questions about the story, and I adored his inquisitive mind. I was invited
cat's
to
going
his
after the
October
people you
7th
care about
funeral,
now.
A closed casket affair. Can't imagine why. You don't think they put like little silver dollars over his eyes like he was a Viking? But I
that's
couldn't bring
fucked.
myself to attend.
That's hilarious, but that's
Elsie
fucked.
was still missing. On October 10th, I opened my door to go to work and found Elsie sitting on the porch. A single fly was crawling on her forehead. Tears sprung to my eyes. I crouched down, reaching towards her. She hissed and ran past me into the house. My head fell into my hands. I couldn't tell you how long I sat there sobbing.
You gotta cut this cat loose.
Yeah, just blow its head off.
Well, I was just gonna say lock it outside. but-
Oh,
Hey, sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Nah, if it's killing people, you need to blow its head
Get the
off.
fuck out of here, man.
You gotta get rid of this cat.
Yeah, you
Shoot
killed
it
somebody.
away with the
I'd
barrel
like
of the
to think
gun.
you could remove Obi as a grown adult, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought.
I'd do more than. I mean, if Obi killed, unfortunately, I'd be like, give him the chair. You know. Make a little tiny one. Make a little tiny chair. You'd have to kill him. He done bad. The cat's no good.
I'll see you in hell.
It got Pet Cemetery.
He says in meow voice. Just little subtitles. I'll see you in hell. By the time I stopped, my eyes hurt, my throat hurt, and snot was pooling in my hands and along my upper lip.
Ew.
I wiped my face on my sleeves, slowly stood, and headed off to work. I was going to be late, but making another mistake at work seemed better than being in that house. Elsie was home, but that no longer seemed like a good thing. Work passed by in a blur. When I got home, the first thing I noticed were the bloody paw prints on the floor. They covered the hardwood and carpet, crisscrossing and curving, creating
That cat's
a
gotta go,
nauseating
bro.
trail. I nearly started sobbing again. Whose, or what's, blood was this? I needed it gone, but the task of cleaning it all up seemed impossible. My body was begging for rest, as my mind begged me to clean. Instead, I curled up on the now bloodied couch, picked up the remote, and tried to find a movie to watch.
What?
What? I'll get to this later. It's time to watch You Season 2.
Okay.
Okay.
What the fuck?
Priorities here, I guess.
I don't know what's weirder or funnier, this person seeing blood all over their house and deciding it's movie time, or the fact that they almost got kicked out of their house by a cat. Like just,
I mean, maybe at this point, they're deteriorating a little bit. And
if you showed up at my house with a suitcase and was like, Obi kicked me out again,
Yeah.
I'd be like, okay,
That's a bad cat.
this is the last time.
It's time to take a stand.
I think you should kill that cat.
Lock your
Braveheart
doors.
this shit, bro.
Put him outside and shut the door.
Yeah, just leave a trail of milk or something. I got about 5 minutes into a thriller I
Catnip
wasn't
his
really
ass.
seeing when I felt a weight on my side. I groaned and shifted slightly. My movement met.
Hey, catnip bomb this fucking fur ball. Just throw a bag of catnip, and what's down there, just run in with an oven mitt, grab it by the head, hold it like this, run out, and just I'm the same, man.
with a loud buzzing in my ears and claws digging into my ribs. I gasped and sat straight up, throwing Elsie off of me. She hit the floor with a soft thud and a loud hiss. I cowered into the couch, watching as Elsie stood and crouched, her hisses turning into a low growl. A small swarm of flies started hovering above her head, their buzzing harmonizing with the growls. I was paralyzed by the sight
I'd
of
shoot
Elsie.
this fucking cat
Her skin
right in
began
his
to
fucking
bubble
face.
and twitch. She was melting and reforming, growing larger, her growls getting deeper.
Elsie's a thing.
Oh shit, yeah!
Elsie's one of the things. It's the thing.
The thing, John Carpenter's The Thing.
You
Yeah.
got a the thing. Your cat is a the thing now.
Now I understand why this cat would be so hard,
Because it's the thing
to
now.
kick its ass.
Yeah.
Because I could beat the shit out of a cat if I wanted to. I was screaming in
You
my
could.
head, willing myself
You're
to
tall
move.
enough.
My eyes were wide, my eyelids aching. I was aware of every breath I took, every bead of sweat that rolled down my back, every noise emanating from Elsie and the flies. Elsie started moving towards me, her claws elongating. Oh shit, she's like Wolverine.
Yeah.
You know, or the
Yeah.
what's the name of the girl in X2 that has the long nails?
Stryker's friend.
Stryker's friend.
Yeah, she goes like.
And every
Oh,
time she
God.
would stab Wolverine, it looked like it hurt so bad. He'd
But
be
then he'd
poison.
heal.
I know,
He'd
but
go,
he'd be like, ah!
Yeah.
And my body finally listened to me. I launched to my feet. The creature that was once Elsie lunged
What was her
towards
name?
me. I ran to the back door, struggling with the lock. It hadn't been used in quite a while and was beginning to seize. I cursed under my breath, feeling the creature behind me. Finally, the lock clicked open, and I ran into the night. I made a beeline for the forest behind my house. I heard the growling
Go
and
to the
buzzing
bunny man. The
behind
bunny
me,
man will kill
joined
that
by a
cat.
sickening cracking noise that I can only assume was the creature's limbs as it continued reforming itself while chasing me. I screamed for help. Trees sprung up around me, branches scratching my face. I raised my arms to protect myself, running blindly through the brush. The forest exploded into sound behind me. The creature, growing and cracking and buzzing, was breaking branches as it pursued me. Birds fled from it, screeching as they flew into the sky. My lungs burned, and my limbs begged me to stop. I pushed forward. The creature was gaining on me. I thought I could feel its hot breath on my back. The smell of rot enveloped me, making me dizzy. I tripped on a root and screamed as my face plowed into the earth. I tried to push myself up, but fell back onto my face. I started feeling the ground around me, searching for something to protect myself with. I felt the creature's claws touch my legs as my fingers closed around a tree branch. I swung it behind me. It hit the creature with a squelch. I swung the branch again. The creature bellowed, and its claws closed around my leg. The last thing I remember was a screaming and a hissing.
And honestly, again, PETA, don't come after me. In movies, it's always very funny to me. I can't think of anything offhand. Maybe Ben Stiller and There's Something About Mary.
Yeah.
When people beat up animals, it's clearly a fake animal in the movie, but when they're like, that's funny.
It is.
That's comedy 101.
It's
yeah,
fucking
like when in
hilarious.
Anchorman when he kicks the dog off the bridge when Jack Black.
Right. It's clearly fake. We can all have a good laugh at that. Don't do that in real life. It's funny in movies.
It's funny in movies.
So I was imagining, doing a roundhouse on this little cat. It's like,
Yeah, or just punting that cat into the
and
ceiling.
the cat being kind of like,
I woke up in the hospital in late October. The first thing I did was start rambling about Elsie, the creature, the flies, and the bloody paw prints. My mother furrowed her eyebrows and lightly gripped my wrist. She told me that Elsie was at my house, where there were no flies or bloody paw prints to be found. So, are you scared? That's the end.
that's the end?
That's the end? Motherfucking blue balled like a bitch.
I mean, I
again.
guess the twist here is that maybe Elsie went back and cleaned up after herself. Got out the bleach, did some scrubbing.
Or maybe it was on this bitch's head.
That's a little bewildering there.
Did the boy die? Was that also in her imagination?
boy real?
Boy,
boy fake?
Boy dead?
Boy dead, boy
Funeral
alive?
not
Funeral
real?
not real? Rabbit bad?
What?
Fly real? Well,
Was
this
any
is
of
a
this-
real head scratcher.
Was any of this
You know
real?
what?
Was
This
it all
is
just
keeping
like
in
an
the
imagination
No, it's
inside of her
story
fucking
script.
head?
Stories that are very gripping. And then sort of
That was really
going-
good, but I feel blue balled.
Curious. Well, this story comes to us from Kim Schmidt. I imagine you're
Just give me like a couple more sentences to be like, and as the psychiatrist walked in due to her craziness or some bullshit. Like, was all this imagined? Did the little boy actually die? Is he still alive? Did you actually go to the library and read the kids, or are you just a psychopath? I need to know.
dog lover. Thank you, Kim.
All right. Oh, I really enjoyed today's video, though. If you all enjoyed today's video as much as I did, please go down there, leave a thumbs up. It really does help the channel grow. While you're down there, if you want, go on over and slap that subscribe button. Become part of the Bell 5000 Nation. We do some crazy stuff here. If you want to know when that crazy stuff happens, ding that bell and turn on all notifications. That way you'll know when my beautiful face is back on that screen. As always, be good to one another. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. I don't know why I did it like that. It was interesting. I regretted it as soon as I did it, but it happens.